It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
This should be a good one to watch.
Next on Madden Football.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Cam Little after the opening kick. And off we go in Santa Clara. Returning it from the 4. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
Purdy throwing here to start. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Devin Lloyd making the play. And the Jaguars get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Jaguar first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Into traffic, complete. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Lawrence working from the gun. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
49ers nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Complete to Pearsall. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the first down marker.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Purdy on 1st down. This is reeled in by Jawan Jennings. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a 49er 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down throw by Purdy. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. In big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On third down, Purdy flushed out of the pocket.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Motion man left is Brown. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase on the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He has the first over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. Runs inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. He's on the move. He takes it himself. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. ETN takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars now lead by 10. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11.
14, 49ers 3.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol. That throw finds Kittle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Purdy throwing here on first. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's first and 10 from the 15. Sending the tight end in motion left. On first and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. From the gun is Purdy. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him again. Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. First field goal was good. His second look from inside of 45 yards. Moody knocks it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars, down running back Travis Etienne, trotting back out to the field. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That throw behind his intended target. This one intended for the running back. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And the 49ers will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion. Another try following the sack. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, third down. They kick the running back in motion. Third and short, here's Purdy. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To throw again, it's Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jennings. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. McCaffrey on third down. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So it's halftime, and the visiting Jaguars have played themselves to a nice little lead thus far. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Jacksonville has its offense out there to start this third quarter. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Cut out left. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this third down. Lawrence throwing here. He'll get this to Etienne. And he's brought down for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Purdy to throw. They'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 16. He brings it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. McCaffrey gets in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers start the 2nd half with some needed points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now the 49ers deciding to keep the offense on the field. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. He's on the move. And he will get into the end zone. That ties this game up. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
Good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Washington now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And not much. He maybe got a few across the 30 to about the 32. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Flush down now to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it! And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 48. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now a carry by ETN. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
ETN again. He still has room inside the 30. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a fourth quarter lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
49ers 14.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. First and 10 now from the 30. They send the tight end in motion left. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They stick with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a 49er first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Back to the air on 2nd, Purdy. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He's back to throw. Getting out to his left. He's running for it. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers losing by 7. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. Brought in by Ayuk. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here he is to throw. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers cut it to a point late in this one. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's ETN on 1st down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. First down, and they go right back to him. He finds some space again, and he's finally hauled down at the 12. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Going to the ground again on first. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. San Francisco calls it second timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now we give left side to Bigsby. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gun, ETN gets it. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it a couple of yards, and it's 4th down and 5. Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. That one is good! And he drills the chip shot to win them this game! So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.